Okay, let's move this. Let's get into this. Okay. 500 special. What's making it so special? Is yo, we've been wait, I can move this camera down some. Don't you know I sit around with my head hanging down and I wonder. Excuse me. I don't want to get straight into the horror. First, we're gonna talk about this. I do have a video. I don't know, but I have a video. I might just end up posting it. I was gonna play it on the stream, but I might end up posting it. It's just like it's a promise I made to myself where I want to be at in a certain time. And it's just like okay, hitting the 500, right? First hitting the 500 for me. It's like, yo, it's because where I was at like between 1 to 200, and I was like, you know what, I'm trying to take YouTube serious. Just so I just applied a few things, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just see what happens, right? I'm gonna see what happens, and just see what happens. Just see if I can like get to a certain point, and I freaking did it. Yo, Robert, my boy, back. Stream looking cool, looking better, my boy. Anyways, yes, because okay. When I started going crazy, and I was like, you know what, let's lock in and just see if I can go from like 100 to like 500 subs, and just see how that's possible and what to do, because you know we never know unless you try, and that's what I wanted to like. I was just testing, honestly. Hold on, let me see something. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because here, this is when I was just uploading like random stuff. I think first up in 2017. That's when I was just doing random. That's when I was a kid. I was doing random stuff, and then I like at 19. And if I kept going, honestly, it's been way better. But I was just like not consistent, just randomly uploading. And when we got up here to like 26, when I was just still randomly uploading, not doing anything, and I was like, freak it, we gonna upload, and I'm gonna just see what happens. We're gonna be consistent and see what happens. And this is when I started going up. That's crazy to me, honestly. Lucky fire. Because I remember like being around, yeah, around this time, April-ish, and I was like, you know, we gonna upload and see what happens. And then when I hit the 300 was January, New Year's. Around New Year's, I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit it before New Year's. And that's when I hit the 3. Oh, that's crazy. I know it's not a whole lot, but it's like this is the first time I was even like I was like, I'm gonna be vulnerable and start like posting more, and yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be vulnerable, start talking about real life situations, and that's what I do on this channel. Literally, these serious situations. A lot of these situations aren't just like random or just stuff I just want to talk about. These are a lot of things I've been through, and you know, just to add a bit more of my character, my personality, we added in horror vids, and that's what I'm just continue doing. If you think about it, it's just low key, like I'm low key journaling. It's like a diary or like whatever, right? Man, talking about finances, talking about God, talking about just everything, bro. If you feeling out of place, we talk about everything. And these are just fun videos. Before I wasn't consistent. It's just me uploading just stuff. But then I start getting, this stuff is just so serious to me. Friends make great friends. Around this time, a big changes was happening in my life, bro. I was going through some of the most craziest stuff when I started uploading this stuff. And that's why I even started uploading way more, and I became more consistent. I like removed like 80% of my friend group because it was just like 90 for real. There's a lot going on with that. So this is just so cool, being able to be open and vulnerable about certain things, and I could just talk about it on here, and just like someone could just see these videos and be like, "Yo, I'm dealing with that. Thank you." Or, "Dang, I never thought about this type of solution." Or someone could like message me like something I didn't know, and then also throw my personality in there as well. So that's why I play horror games. This is so fire, freaking amazing. I'm hyped. I'm hyped, bro. Cause it's just a small goal. Now the next goal is 1,000. Like we can hit 1,000. Next freaking goal is literally 1,000. I just like look at the 500. It's just so amazing. It's like, yo, that's fire to like just see. We're gonna get into the horror game soon and stuff. I'm just really hold on. All right, we're back. We're back. My bad. My bad. Okay, but anyways, I'm hyped. I can't wait. I'm just like I'm gonna look back at this live stream like, dang. Okay, we're at. Oh, sorry. We're at 1,000, and I'm just like, yo, just to have a small. I mean, there's so much. Really, to be honest, there's like so much negativity and everything else going on in the world, and so like just to be able to have like a positive, like community or whatever, it's just like amazing. It's just amazing to have or like try to obtain that. That's really my whole goal. Um, and I'm working on Discords next, but it's just like people are so interesting. I love hearing new things from others. So I'm like, yo, just you know, just trying to find like-minded people. You guys are amazing. Uh, okay. We're gonna get into the freaking maybe reactions first. We're gonna do reactions first, like horror reactions. I seen something about like these serial killers. How like how serial killers got caught. Let's see. I just don't want to get banned again. That's what I'm nervous about. Nervous about getting banned. Oh, the Zodiac Killer? Yo, that's so interesting. I don't think I'll ever post reaction videos on this channel again. Actually, don't quote me, but I don't think I will unless y'all want it. But it's like I do need to have this. I do need to hit my Twitch up. Actually, hold on. We can worry about that different time. All right. The hunt for America's weirdest killer.
This is the story of the infamous Zodiac Killer.
Let's hope I don't get banned.
Mysterious serial murderer who made himself larger than life.
I like killing people. Kill again.
And was never caught. David is getting ready to go out with his girlfriend, Betty Lou. It's a special occasion. The two teenagers met earlier this year. Since then, they've seen each other almost every day.
Yo, she looks scary.
It's their first real date, and they want to make it special. David picks out a light blue shirt, a beige sport coat, and brown corduroy pants.
Okay, David. David getting fresh on them.
Stomach. He pockets some change, a white handkerchief, and a bottle of breath mints, just in case. He slips on his rough leather boots, grabs the keys to his mother's Rambler station wagon, and is on his way. It's only a short drive to Betty Lou's house. David pulls up outside and pauses to take a breath. Tonight is supposed to be special, a night to remember for the rest of his life. And who knows?
Hey, David.
Maybe it'll even be the start of their life together. When David sees Betty Lou, the world stops for a moment. He even forgets how nervous he is. He helps her into the car.
Calm down, David. Calm down. Hey, my boy.
They're going to a Christmas concert.
Where they going for real?
They're actually headed somewhere else. To a quiet turnout just off Lake Herman Road.
Ah, David.
Is popular with young couples in Vallejo.
Freaky
It's
David.
A space to enjoy some quality time away from their parents and siblings. Betty Lou leans against David's shoulder. Tonight belongs only to them.
We both keep on killing time.
Dude, this production is amazing.
About an hour later, a pair of bright headlights cut through the darkness. A second vehicle is slowly rolling toward them. It
See,
pulls
that's
up
when I
right
leave.
next to the Rambler. Suddenly, shots are fired straight into David's car. In a panic, the teenagers scramble out the passenger side door. But David only makes it as far as the passenger seat. Their attacker reaches through the open driver's side window, aims at a spot behind David's left ear, and pulls the trigger. Betty Lou has made it several meters away from the car.
Yo, she
She's
gone.
running, hurried and desperate, and her breathing is shallow and frantic. The stranger is right behind her. There's no way she can escape him. She
Dang
screams,
it.
piercing the quiet night air. Then, 5 shots ring out. They strike Betty Lou in the back, shattering the future she and David might have had. By now,
Dang,
it's
bro.
11:14 p.m.
Like, could you imagine just like not seeing your girl and you finally see her? Y'all like, oh, we about to enjoy a nice night, chill out here. You know, we got the ocean in front of us, out the shore, whatever's going on. Nice breeze, just the night just right, bruh. We got some Travis Scott playing. Nah, not Travis. Erica Badu on. Lauryn Hill. We just vibing, bro. Snacking on cheesecake. Maybe some s'mores, flowers. Maybe some, no, I was kidding. But look. And then the dude just pull up and just, dang, bro. Why me? I'm
Betty Lou
sorry.
should have returned home long ago, but neither her nor David ever will.
Dang it,
This is
man.
the first time the Zodiac Killer strikes. It's also the beginning
they
of an
never
exhaustive
found this man,
manhunt that
though.
will never truly end. The police will fail. Strange psychics will offer their help. And some of America's most renowned authorities will be stumped by relatively easy riddles. A hunt that will inspire numerous films, series, books, podcasts, and videos like this one. There will be copycat killers, some real, some only alleged. And obsessive amateur detectives and online communities dead set on finding the Zodiac Killer. Some will even think they have him. The search for Zodiac still captivates people to this day, but it also shows
Well,
that
they
stories only
done
get
with
as
the
big
Yakuza.
as we allow them to.
Great production, my boy.
This video is largely based on the book Zodiac by Robert Graysmith. As always, you'll find the link and all our sources in the description.
Okay.
The newsroom of the San Francisco Chronicle is buzzing with life. The Chronicle is one of the largest and most influential newspapers in the entire West Coast. Color TV has been around for a while, but most people still start their day with their local morning.
Okay. Man
These
going to the
thousands of
fake
readers
moon.
expect their front page
The,
to feature
the
breaking
fake
stories
space
and the most
landing.
important
My
news.
bad, my bad.
The
My
Bay
bad.
Area
I'm
wants
not
to
trying
be
to politic
informed,
with y'all.
surprised, maybe even a little shocked. No one in the Chronicle's office knows that the paper itself is about to become part of a shocking story, that it will become an active player in a deadly game. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer, and this is Mona, our producer.
Oh, hi Don.
You might know this story from the David Fincher film. Mona, you've seen it, right? She's obsessed with film.
I love watching movies, working with and on movies, and actually, even bringing them home with me.
She even has a poster of our award-winning documentary, which she produced. Nice work.
Oh.
Thanks, Don. Do you actually know about today's sponsor already?
No, but I'm sure you'll.
No.
San Francisco and the rest of the world.
We're not
And they
doing that.
decide which topics their columnist Temp and Al should cover in their editorials. Meanwhile, Robert is drawing. He'll do 6 sketches now. Later on, he'll ink one of them, and that'll be tomorrow's editorial cartoon. Suddenly, their routine is interrupted by another employee who delivers a mysterious envelope.
Oh
The
snap!
front
This when he
reads,
was taunting the
"Please rush
police.
to editor." Inside is a letter and a sheet of paper filled with cryptic symbols. The letter begins with the words,
Dear editor, this is the murderer of the 2 teenagers last Christmas at Lake Herman and the girl on the 4th of July near the golf course in Vallejo.
Dang, he just hate
The
holidays.
message contains
It's the holiday
detailed
killer.
information about the murders committed
It's
in the
tripping.
Bay Area in the previous months. Things only the killer could know. And there's a threat.
If you do not print this cipher by afternoon of Friday, the 1st of August, I will go on a kill rampage Friday night.
The 4 men don't know what to do. Publishing the cipher in the letter might produce more than just a front-page headline. It could send the city into a panic, maybe even the entire region. The murders mentioned in the mysterious letter have already put the Bay Area on edge for months. First, David and Betty Lou were murdered.
Man, tripping.
Then, just a few weeks ago, there was another attack.
I was tempted.
Darlene Farron is a waitress at Terry's restaurant.
Bro, it's so scary because you never know what may tick someone off or like what's really going on. You just walk outside not knowing. You're like, I possibly could have been next to like a serial killer. Like I probably have and just didn't know. You never know, bro. You could be driving by someone on the highway and they got dead bodies in the car. It's just like, yo,
It's a classic
so
diner,
freaky.
serving waffles, fried chicken, and pie. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Darlene works the late shift until 3 in the morning. She's friendly, talkative, and extremely popular with customers. People even line up to have her wait on them. Darlene just gave birth to her daughter, Dina, and she and her husband purchased a small house in Virginia Street. But she doesn't seem entirely happy. It's an open secret that she sees other men. While she's out, her husband or a babysitter stays home with Dina. Friends will later recall that she seems exhausted, nervous, and scared. She thinks she's being watched. In her own home, just steps away from the sheriff's office. And here, at the diner. She says she's seen a white car with old California plates outside the restaurant. In recent weeks, her sister and her friends have noticed a similar car. Darlene thinks she knows who it belongs to. This stocky, well-dressed man. He wears horn-rimmed glasses and smells of leather. Darlene says she knows him, but no one will ever find out from where. The man sits at the counter eating strawberry shortcake and pretending to read a newspaper. But he never really lets Darlene out of his sight.
Farewell and goodbye.
That's scary, man.
It's the 4th of July, America is celebrating almost 200 years of independence. Darlene picks up her friend Mike Majot and confidently steers her 63 Corvair through the festive town, despite
Corvair.
not having a driver's license. She met Mike and his twin brother at Terry's Diner. Over time, the three became friends, and the twins became rivals for Darlene's affection. They would fight over driving her to work or doing her washing. At some point, Darlene and Mike noticed they're being closely followed.
We better
Their
take
car
that
looks like a
Corvair and
police
speed
Ford
off.
Falcon. Darlene keeps trying to shake it, but she can't.
Dang
The
it.
car gets closer and closer. Finally, it forces Darlene's car into a parking lot near a golf course in the outskirts of town.
You doing too much, bro. You trying this
For a brief
hard to
moment,
kill somebody?
Darlene and Mike think they're safe. But just minutes later, the Falcon returns. The driver seems to have changed his mind. Mike and Darlene are hit by a blinding light. A man gets out of the car and walks toward them.
That's when you speed
He's
off.
holding
Y'all
a
letting him.
large flashlight in his hands. Mike thinks the man is police.
Y'all let
Darlene
him
knows
walk to
After
ya?
all, she's been seeing men who work at the sheriff's office. But before he can even pull out his ID, the roar of a gunshot fills his ears. He feels blood running down his face. Darlene collapses onto the steering wheel. 2 bullets hit her right arm. 2 more hit her left. Then 5 more hit her in the back.
He took out the
piercing lung
driver.
in the left ventricle of her heart. Frantic, Mike claws open the door and topples out of the car. Later on, the police will find him here, bleeding from the neck and cheek, his jaw shattered and a hole ripped through his tongue.
Jeez, bro. No cop about to do that though.
A concerned neighbor reports the gunshots to the police,
I don't
and
care.
officers Rust and Lynch are sent to the scene shortly after. The 2 men take their time. Rust doesn't see any urgency.
It's the 4th of July and there's kids out there shooting firecrackers.
But he's wrong.
They shoot
acting on the call
9mm
immediately
too.
is a mistake. If they had, the shooter probably would have driven right by them.
Yo.
Shortly after, a man places a call to the Vallejo Police Department. His voice is even and consistent. His words sound rehearsed.
I want to report a double murder. If you go 1 mile east on Columbus Parkway to the public park, you'll find kids in a brown car. They were shot with a 9mm Luger.
I knew it. I knew it.
I also killed those kids last year. Goodbye.
Then the man hangs up. Pacific
Dang.
Telephone will later trace the call to a public payphone. The booth is located right in front of the Vallejo Sheriff's Office.
No,
It's also within sight of Darlene's little green house. Darlene's friends and family also.
You know how
report
confident you
having
gotta be
received
to just
strange
like
calls that night.
to just do this.
All they could hear was deep, heavy breathing.
It's like a game for them. I know some serial killers, like a lot of them, like they want to be caught. Like some of them can't wait till they get caught, except for like Ted Bundy. He's kind of tweaking, and Richard Ramirez. He was. I don't know. He really didn't. He didn't want to die. He was just. I don't know. But a lot of them want to be caught. Like it's kind of like it's a game for them. How many people can I kill before I'm caught by the cops? And it's just like this is sick.
At the hospital, Darlene is declared dead on arrival. Mike pulls through, and it won't be long.
Oh, Mike
until
made
the
it?
killer strikes again. A man sits alone in a room writing letters. He uses a blue felt tip pen to compose 3 nearly identical texts. One of them reads,
First, girl was wearing patterned slacks. 2, the boy was also shot in the knee. 3, brand name of ammo was Western. To prove I killed them, I shall state some facts only I and the police know.
The paper measures 18 by 25 centimeters, or 7 by 10 inches. It's a unique format the man will return to again and again. It'll become unmistakably associated with his letters.
Christmas. First, brand name of ammo, Super X. 2, 10 shots were fired. 3, the boy was on his back with his feet to the car. 4, the girl was on her right side, feet to the west.
The handwriting drifts downward as it crosses the page, and it's quite distinct. The letter N is small and edgy. The R resembles a check mark. He ends his letters with a symbol resembling the crosshairs of a gun. In the years to come, it'll become his signature. He's given
freak.
some thought to making his message even more impactful, and he's decided to pair each letter with a separate message, a cipher. Now he just needs to find an encryption method. He could simply shift the letters, turn the A's into C's and the D's into F's. That system would be basic and easy to use. but he needs something more sophisticated. He decides to replace the letters with a range of different symbols: Greek characters, Morse code, and weather symbols, letters from the Latin alphabet, naval symbols, and astrological signs. Then he adds another layer of complexity by encoding his letters homophonically. Each letter can be represented by multiple symbols. That makes it essentially impossible to decode the text through frequency analysis. You can't just count how often certain symbols appear and match that to typical letter frequencies.
Yo, this is really fun for him. This is an activity. This is an after-school project for him.
Cipher must have at least been trained in elementary cryptography. But today, we know this first cipher wasn't actually that sophisticated. The Code Breakers by David Kahn and Codes and Ciphers by John Laffin describe similar encryption methods. It's very likely the author of these letters simply used these two books as guides. While he would have had to track them down, neither was that hard to come by. The Phantom Writer carefully arranges...
He's not as smart as he think he is.
Finally, each of his 3 ciphers consists of 8 rows with 17 symbols each. He pairs each one with a normal letter. Then he mails them to 3 newspapers in the Bay Area: the San Francisco Chronicle, the San Francisco Examiner, and the Vallejo Times-Herald. Like Jack the Ripper before him, this man will use the media to taunt the police with cryptic clues to his identity. The editorial team at the Chronicle eventually decides to print their cipher. Their colleagues at the Vallejo Times-Herald follow their lead. The Examiner waits until Sunday, publishing its cipher 2 days later. The killing spree threatened in the letter doesn't happen. But publishing it has another effect. Now the public knows about the mysterious killer. The entire Bay Area grows increasingly frightened. Before long, parents are telling their children not to leave the house. Jack E. Stilts has been running the Vallejo Police Department for 21 years. When he took over as chief back in 1948, the city was struggling with gambling, drugs, and prostitution. His reforms and cleanup efforts have produced some good results. But now his town, of all places, is haunted by a ruthless serial killer.
I had to make sure everything was cool.
Stilts is killing just for the thrill of it, who he describes as the most dangerous individual he's ever encountered in his 30 years in law enforcement. A few days ago, Stilts publicly called on David, Betty Lou, and Darlene's killer to send another letter, one with more details, proving it was really him who did it. The response comes quickly in the form of a 3-page letter.
Dear editor, this is the Zodiac speaking. In answer to your asking for more details about the good times I have had in Vallejo, I shall be very happy to supply even more material. By the way, are the police having a good time with the code? If not, tell them to cheer up. When they do crack it, they will have me.
This is the letter where the killer names himself Zodiac. The word refers to the Zodiac circle of astrological signs.
Yep.
On the 4th of July, I did not open the car door. The window was rolled down already.
Yo, he
The boy
freaky,
was
man.
originally sitting in the front seat when I began firing. When I fired the first shot at his head, he leapt backwards at the same time, thus spoiling my aim. He ended up on the back seat, then the floor in the back, thrashing out very violently with his legs. That's how I shot him in the knee. I did not leave the scene of the killing with squealing tires and racing engine as described in the Vallejo papers. I drove away slowly, so as not to draw attention to my car.
Stilts admits the letter includes details that haven't been made public, but he's still not convinced. He thinks that knowledge could have been obtained from witnesses at the crime scenes. But soon, there will be even more victims.
Oh my gosh. And it's crazy because they never found this man.
Friends since college.
I mean, 1960. That's crazy. We didn't have all the technology we have now, bro. We came a long way.
On a small peninsula, they lay down a picnic blanket and revel in the stillness. Near the water, the land drops off abruptly, hiding the shoreline. From Brian and Cecilia's perspective, it's impossible to see anyone approaching from that direction until they're already very close. And right now, someone is. A tall, powerfully built man emerges. He's wearing a black executioner's hood that looks almost medieval. On his tunic, a white cross cuts across a circle. It's the symbol the Zodiac killer uses to sign his letters.
Bro, he just be
The man is
everywhere.
carrying a knife with a 30-centimeter blade. With it, he stabs Brian and then Cecilia. Again and again, a total of 24 times. About an hour later, the phone rings at Napa Police Department. A calm and controlled voice says,
That's the
I want to
worst, bro.
report
Getting
murder.
stabbed is the worst.
No, a double murder.
Shoot me 30
the caller doesn't
times.
seem to know that Brian, though severely injured, survived the assault. The police believe the attacker must have left the scene right away, but not before leaving a message on the door of Brian's car. The dates Betty Lou, David, and Darlene were murdered, and today's date. Crime lab technicians will later discover some less obvious clues. Tracks suggesting the attacker's vehicle has heavily worn tires and very deep footprints. The suspect must weigh at least 95 kilos or 200 pounds. A police officer with that exact weight walking alongside the tracks doesn't sink down as deeply as the unknown individual. The footprints reveal another lead too. They're most likely from a Chukka-type boot called the Wing Walker. As part of a government contract, over 1 million pairs of this model were produced. The investigators will never be able to trace them all.
In most murder cases, you'll find a motive. But of course, this guy is just a killer.
He's just
Massive,
killing, yeah.
And you have no motive.
This is Captain Don Townsend of the Napa County Sheriff's Office. He'll speak to the press again later to announce
He's
what he
killing
believes is
teenagers,
a
bro.
possible
He
motive.
weird.
He thinks the murderer can't be anyone but a mentally ill person who derives sexual gratification from the act of killing.
This guy is a pathological, psycho, killer. There's no doubt about it.
A psychology professor supports that assessment.
Bro, freaky,
The
bro.
Zodiac killer
He probably didn't have
probably
friends in
experiences
school. Now he
sexual
mad. He's
satisfaction
seeking
through visual
vengeance on all the
manipulation of
teenagers,
body
bro.
parts. Captain Townsend is convinced that Zodiac hates women. Profoundly. In all known
Ah.
cases, the female victims are assaulted far more brutally than the men.
Yeah, the
He
men
stabs
do keep
Cecilia
surviving.
Once in each breast, once between the legs, and once in the abdomen. And across his 3 attacks on couples, twice the man has survived. The woman has always died. The assault on Cecilia also marks a shift. It's the first time the Zodiac
is
killer
true, bro.
uses a knife. One investigator will later explain that
If you wanted to go out and kill for the sheer sake of killing, you could use a high-powered rifle and kill it 200, 300 yards. But by plunging a knife into someone, it's the most intimate kind.
Yo, I wonder for the unrelated to the video, but I'm thinking about for the 500 sub special, I may do like a mental health weekend live. I could do that live because I have a bunch of things to talk about. I had on my mind today actually. Wait, let me write that down. Wait. Actually, yeah, let me write that on my phone. Write that on my phone real quick before I forget. Hold on. Earth and I could do both. Low key. I didn't even think about that. I could do 2 mental health weekend videos live. Like just literally I don't do these live, but like right for the special, I could do that for just today.
an intimacy that experts think people like the Zodiac Killer are incapable of forming in their normal lives. His propensity to violence and misogyny are all over his ciphers, too.
But these
Just weeks ago, the first one was cracked, and
Heather
not by a
behind
specialist.
this.
Donald and Betty Harden are both school teachers. On any other weekend, they'd be unwinding and taking it easy. But this Sunday, there's something they can't let go of. The cipher published in the Examiner 2 days earlier. They clear the dining room table and gather some sharp pencils, a ruler, and an eraser. Then they're back at it. Betty has a theory. The killer is such an egomaniac that he probably begins his messages with I. The Hardens also suspect he'll use the word kill repeatedly, so they look for recurrent 4-symbol patterns that could represent it. Their theory holds up.
I like killing people because it's so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest, because man is the most dangerous animal of all.
Betty and Donald also spot the traps Zodiac built into the cipher.
Man is dangerous.
15 times he uses a backwards Q. This is probably meant to trick readers into thinking it represents the most commonly used letter in English, E. But 7 different signs are used to encode that letter. At the same time, Zodiac appears to have made multiple mistakes. The application of his own code is sloppy and several words are misspelled. At this point, neither of America's most renowned investigative institutions, the FBI and the CIA, have managed to solve the cipher. As they decode the final piece, the Hardens are the first.
To kill something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl. The best part of it is when I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and all the lone or stray people I have killed will become my slaves. I will not
No.
give you my name, because you will try to slow down or stop my collecting of slaves for my afterlife.
What religion does he follow?
After Cecilia's murder, Captain Townsend explicitly warns Napa County residents to avoid isolated areas and not go out alone after dark. People get the message. Local restaurants and drive-ins that are usually packed until late at night are now deserted. Across the Bay Area, the authorities are on full alert. Since the murders occurred in 3 different jurisdictions, 3 separate police
I'm
departments
gonna
are working
still
on
be
the
here. I'm
case.
still be here. I'm
Based
just
on
I'm
witness
gonna grab a hoodie
descriptions,
real quick.
all of them are searching for the same suspect. A stocky man, mid-20s to mid-30s, with glasses and dark wavy hair. But from the very beginning, the investigation moves slowly. Each department works its own leads, often without knowing what the others are doing. Decoding the letters frequently requires coordinating with experts from other cities. That process is often complicated and time-consuming, slowing down the investigation. One officer admits to the press afterward that,
Our knowledge of each other's crimes was not as sharp as it might be.
to make things
I'll
worse,
sleep.
the
I'm gonna
police
bring
make a
my
grave
lizard out,
mistake, one
I'll let her
with
sleep.
serious consequences.
It's been about 9 years with you.
Paul Stein's taxi is stuck in late-night San Francisco traffic. As he
Our
inches forward,
9-year
Paul
anniversary's
curses.
coming up.
The traffic is frustrating, but he's just months away from a PhD in English, and the taxi pays his tuition. On
Okay.
the sidewalk, a stocky man steps out from under an awning and waves him down. Paul picks him up. About 15 minutes later, they reach the man's destination, an upscale neighborhood in northern San Francisco. But the passenger asks Paul to go 1 block further. At the next intersection, the cab pulls over. A party's going on across the street. At the second-story window, teenagers look out over the wet pavement below. Normally, Paul would stop the meter and ask for the fare. But suddenly, the passenger's left arm is clenched tightly around Paul's neck.
Dang
The
it.
gun presses up against his right cheek. Then the man pulls the trigger. At exactly 9:58 p.m., a police officer logs a call. The teenagers across the street couldn't see exactly what was going on inside the cab, but they know they witnessed something terrible. They say the suspect is a man wearing dark clothing. But when the APB goes out, patrol units are told to look for a black man. On their way to the scene, the officers see a stocky man lumbering along in the fog. He seems to match the description perfectly, but he isn't black. The
Oh,
officers shout to
bro.
him, asking if he's seen another man. The man points them in a direction and the patrol car drives off.
It could have
The
been
two
him.
policemen don't realize they probably just spoke to the killer himself. But later on, they publicly admit to their mistake. Back at the crime scene, detectives assume a robbery has gone terribly wrong. San Francisco has recently seen a series of attacks on taxi
Jeez.
drivers. This one must have been the work of an amateur. Paul's wallet is gone, but he just started his shift, so there probably wasn't much cash in it. He's still wearing his expensive watch, and the killer left the scene dripping in blood. Shortly after, 2 experts from the crime lab arrive at the scene. They immediately look for latent fingerprints that may have been transferred to surfaces by sweat or the skin.
Someone could watch this and just do this,
To
start
render
doing
them
this
visible,
again.
the experts
Which
need
is
to dust
crazy
the
to me
taxi
to think like
surface
somebody
with
could just start
gray
doing
or
this
black
any
powder.
day.
Once a print becomes visible, they carefully lift it with transparent tape to preserve it for analysis. Their meticulousness pays off. On the door, they find bloody prints from a right hand. Now they just need to compare these prints against those of the day's passengers and against police records. But the process is painstakingly slow. This is the 1960s, so there are no digital databases. Fingerprints are stored on paper cards. Every comparison requires hours of concentrated manual labor. Specialists known as
Oh my
dactyloscopists
gosh.
first look at general patterns like arches,
They're
loops,
tweaking.
and whorls. But what
Yeah,
really
we're gonna do
matters is
2
the
mental
tiny
health
details
weekend
that make
videos today,
everything
and
unique.
then I'll just upload them this
Big
weekend.
endings, bifurcations,
Just
tiny dots,
because
crossovers, and
today's a
spurs. In the
little
end,
special
there's
day,
no
so
match.
I'm gonna do
The
them right
police
after
are
this,
baffled.
and
There are
then
now
I'll
5
get into the
victims,
core
and still no
videos.
trace of the killer. The Chronicle receives another letter.
This
But I have a
is
message
Zodiac
for
speaking.
I have
I
a
am the
religious
murderer of
relationship,
the
whatever
taxi
message,
driver over by
and I have a message for
Washington
women
Street and Maple
that
Street.
just I
To
don't know
prove
whatever
this,
came to my
there is a
noggin today.
blood-stained piece of his shirt.
Before this, investigators hadn't considered the Zodiac killer a suspect in Paul Stein's murder. The crime just didn't fit his known pattern. Paul was alone. The attack happened in the middle of a residential area, not a remote lover's lane on the outskirts of town, and the killer only fired a single shot. But the bloody piece of Paul's shirt seems to prove it. In case the Chronicle considers not printing it in its entirety,
Oh,
the
man.
letter also contains a terrible threat.
School children make a nice target. I think I shall wipe out a school bus some morning. Just shoot at the front tire and then pick up the kiddies as they come bouncing out.
When the paper
Nah,
publishes
what's up
the
with
letter,
him, bro?
The Bay Area is hit by another wave of panic.
He keep
The biggest one
targeting.
yet.
Well, that one dude he
People
just
were
killed. But
already
besides that,
living
he's
in
targeting like
fearful,
teenagers and
uncertain
kids.
times. The 1960s are
Y'all
tumultuous,
catch this man,
marked by
bro.
Political assassinations, the Manson murders, and the Vietnam War. And for the first time, the public can watch most of it unfold on color TV. Thousands frequently take to the streets in the Bay Area's major cities. There are anti-war demonstrations, sit-ins, and protest marches. Many wear the now famous peace sign buttons. In one of his later letters, the Zodiac Killer will sarcastically demand protesters start wearing his symbol instead. At a
Oh,
moment when
snap.
many people desperately hope for peace, the Zodiac Killer attacks society from within by threatening the most vulnerable target of all,
Kids?
children.
Yo, he's
In Napa
tripping.
County alone, 65 school buses take thousands of children to school every day. The vehicles cover a daily total of 7,000 kilometers. Some stretches of road are quite dangerous, with isolated sections, sharp turns, and blind intersections. Following Zodiac's threat, bus drivers are instructed on handling potentially violent attacks. Keep driving the bus, even on a flat tire. Tell the children to lie on the floor. Don't stop until you've reached a well-populated area.
That's scary, bro. My
Protection is
kid
ramped
would
up,
not
too.
be in school.
70 units of heavily
But
armed
they're hiding
policemen
that type of
guard the
information
Napa
from
County
parents,
buses.
bro.
Rangers
Yo.
and pickup trucks escort them, while air patrol planes fly overhead. Police protection is increased in almost every community in Northern California.
Okay.
Plainclothes officers are deployed.
We have a new
Every threat,
officer
no matter
every
how
day.
small, is taken seriously. A few days later, a man calls the Oakland Police Department. He claims to be the Zodiac Killer, and he demands to speak with one of the two most famous defense attorneys in the country.
This is the Zodiac speaking. I want you to get in touch with F. Lee Bailey. If you can't come up with Bailey, I'll settle for Mel Belly. I want one or the other to appear on the Channel 7 talk show. I'll make contact by telephone.
Melvin Belly agrees right away. Just hours later, he's in the studio. Half of America is glued to their TVs. In a normal edition of the show, viewers can call in to participate. But tonight, the lines are kept clear so the Zodiac Killer can get in touch. And he does.
Bro, I need
He
a
even gives
hell.
Belly his real name, Sam.
Tell us what's going on inside you right now, Sam, please.
I have headache.
All right. How long have you had those headaches, Sam?
In a long time.
Sam hangs up and calls back. Eventually, he loses control and simply screams over and over, and he repeats his terrible threat.
I want to kill those kids.
Sam calls the show 35 times. Only 12 of the calls are heard on air. The longest of them is 9 minutes. That's long enough to trace the call,
Yo.
and long enough to find out that Sam is not the Zodiac Killer. He's a hospital patient, suffering from a mental disorder. Shortly after, the Chronicle receives 2 new letters from the real Zodiac. Inside the first envelope is a greeting
Hey,
card.
LARPing as the
On
Zodiac
front it
Killer?
says,
Sorry, I haven't written, but I just washed my pen.
the message inside reads,
I thought you would need a good laugh before you hear the bad news. You won't get the news for a while yet. P.S. Could you print this new cipher in your front page? I get awfully lonely when I am ignored. So lonely, I could do my thing.
The
What?
enclosed cipher is his most complex yet. It's composed of 340 characters, and it won't be solved for 5 decades.
5 decades?
December 3, 2020. 3 men sit at their computers on different sides
He's
of the
getting
planet.
he's getting
American
better as
software
it goes.
developer
Or
David Banachak,
has he always been
Belgian
this good and he was
computer
just
programmer
like
Val Van Eyck,
playing
and Australian
stupid in the
mathematician
beginning?
Sam
Like
Blake.
amateur.
For years, they've been collaboratively obsessing over the same mystery. The 340-character cipher the Zodiac Killer sent to the San Francisco
Or was this
Chronicle
just
following
way
the
too
TV
much?
show.
And they're like, bro.
With his first riddle solved within a week, Zodiac must have made a bigger effort. His
Yeah.
second cipher was almost certainly created with pen and paper too, but it proved complex enough to remain unbroken for 51 years. This
Oh
isn't
my,
for lack of
50
trying. Numerous experts have reportedly taken a crack at what has become known as Z340. The FBI, the American Cryptogram Association, Navy cryptographers, countless amateur codebreakers, and the NSA. David, Jarl, and Sam alone have already spent years trying to break it. They know it's homophonic. Z340 consists of 63 different symbols, so every plain text letter is represented by several. But they have another theory. The
Yo,
Zodiac
that's
killer must have done
crazy.
something else to his message before encrypting it. They start experimenting. Sam sends David a total of 650,000
That's probably why he was gone for so long. He was just cooking up this. He was cooking up this message.
variations of the cipher. David runs them all through a code-breaking program developed by Jarl called AZ Decrypt. For months, thousands of these results look like gibberish. But today, December 3rd, David suddenly stumbles on some real words in one of the solutions. Hope you are, trying to catch me, and the gas chamber. He almost overlooks them, but these words will be the key to finally solving Z340. The Zodiac Killer's first cipher was delivered in 3 separate letters, so Jarl proposes splitting the 340 cipher into 3. The first 2 sections comprise 2 paragraphs, each has 9 lines. The third is just 2 lines. They rearrange the cipher using a diagonal reading rule. They start by writing out the symbol in the upper left-hand corner. Then they move 1 symbol down and 2 to the right and write out the symbol there. This continues until they reach the edge of the cipher. Then they repeat the scheme starting with the top row's second letter. Then comes the final tweak. As it searches for the rest of the key, David tells Jarl's decrypting software to retain the words he found before. Hope you were trying to catch me, and gas chamber. He clicks a button, and boom, a phrase pops out. That wasn't me on the TV show. David leaps out of his chair yelling, "Holy shit!" He knows the Zodiac sent this cipher about 2 weeks after Sam called into the TV show. They're on the right track. Apart from being a homophonic substitution
But bro, it's like 50 years. This is crazy.
cipher, Z340 is also transposition cipher. The plaintext characters have been shifted according to a more or less regular system. The international team has to make some final adjustments. Some words are misspelled, spelled backwards, or exempted from the diagonal reading rule. But
Yo, he
eventually
took his
they come up with a
time with
coherent
this.
message. 2 days later, the FBI confirms it. In his message, Zodiac clarifies that he isn't afraid of death. He believes dying will bring him to paradise, where all of his victims will serve him as slaves.
I hope you are having lots of fun trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show, which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber, because it will send me to paradise all the sooner. I now have enough slaves to work for me, where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise. That is why they are afraid of death.
Oh, this like called cults.
I'm not afraid.
This like some
because I
cult
know
stuff.
that my new life will be an easy one in paradise.
Cracking the 51-year-old cipher is a small sensation among people still fascinated by the case, but it doesn't bring investigators any closer to actually solving it.
It doesn't.
Back in 1969, detectives turned to the other letter Zodiac sent after the TV show. This one is a 7-page diatribe aimed at the police. The killer mockingly refers to the officers as blue pigs and accuses them of making blatant mistakes in the manhunt. The letter also includes a drawing. It's a sketch of a bomb Zodiac wants to plant on a school bus. The threat isn't made public, but it stokes fear of a potential school bus attack. Investigators are growing desperate. About 2 months after the murder of taxi driver Paul Stein, a self-proclaimed
scary.
seer named Joseph DeLuise comes forward. A few years ago, he accurately predicted that the Kennedy family would be hit by a horrible tragedy. Now he claims to have been receiving mental transmissions from the Zodiac killer. He says he's begun to form a mental picture of Zodiac and to receive detailed insight into the killer's personal life. DeLuise feels that Zodiac prefers walking over driving, that he spent time in some kind of reform institution when he was young. He consumes drugs like speed or goofballs before going out to kill. His star sign is either Scorpio or Aquarius, and he has a little box where he keeps the things that drive him to commit his horrible crimes. DeLuise offers to help the police. Accompanied by officers from 2 police departments, he visits the crime scenes to pick up more
He playing
vibrations.
around, bro.
The psychic develops
That's not enough
intuition.
credibility, bro. He gets some tragic what happened to the Kennedy family. Okay, bro. Like he's like the president, bro. You could like did that with anyone. That's not like we need a little more credibility than that. Like predict 9/11 or something.
About the killer's deep loneliness, love for flowers, and intense hatred of the police. Aside from that, his visits produce nothing of value. After Paul Stein's
This is a
death,
fraud.
more and more people begin to actively engage with the case. The Napa County Sheriff's Office receives hundreds of leads. The San Francisco PD gets almost 1,000. Concerned citizens start suspecting their neighbors, ex-husbands, and
Me when I
coworkers.
bull crap.
Between 1969 and 1983,
Me
over
when
2,500 suspects
me when I play in the cop's face. Like,
are
yo.
considered in San Francisco alone. But most of it leads nowhere. Throughout the 1970s, police investigators keep coming back to one man in particular, Arthur Lee Allen. He's the only suspect ever publicly named by the police.
Wasn't it Arthur? Was Arthur a... That name sounds familiar. Was he like a previous bomber?
In 1971, a former friend of Allen's contacts the authorities. He tells them Allen repeatedly expressed disturbing fantasies about killing couples and school children, and sending cryptic letters about his murders to the police. The friend claims he even considered calling himself Zodiac. So police begin investigating Arthur Lee Allen. He matches the killer's general description. He's said to have known Darlene casually and to have lived in Vallejo at the time of his murders. He also owned a typewriter of the same model
Wasn't it like a bomber named Arthur?
Zodiac letters. Multiple search warrants are issued for him over the years.
I'm
But
tripping.
neither Allen's fingerprints nor his handwriting matched the existing evidence. Years later, advances in DNA analysis effectively rule him out as the Zodiac killer, posthumously. Allen dies in 1992 at the age of 58. He was never formally charged with anything. Over time, investigators and amateur sleuths identify numerous potential suspects. But like Allen, none can be conclusively linked to the crimes. The Zodiac remains a
Yo,
ghost.
fudge brownie.
So much so that a
Yes, sir. Appreciate
poses
it.
Another
Thank
wild
you.
but highly intriguing theory.
I didn't even
What
see
if the
that.
Zodiac killer
Appreciate it,
never
man.
existed? What if it was all just
Yes,
a hoax?
500 subs, man.
One or
500
possibly
subs.
even
We
several
moving up there.
suspects
We going to
claiming
1,000.
multiple
1,000 is the
unrelated
next goal.
crimes as their own. In The Myth of the Zodiac Killer, American English professor Thomas Horan questions the premise of a single perpetrator. He argues that the murders attributed to the Zodiac killer differ too much in method and circumstances to be the work of one person.
I'm okay
He
excited to
also
talk about
points
the
to
freaking
inconsistencies in witness
the mental health
descriptions,
thing coming up
sketches,
soon.
and even the letters
I'm
themselves.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do
Horan
it
even suggests
during
that
this stream.
individual
My
writing
mental health
Zodiac
weekend videos.
could have claimed responsibility for attacks they never
It's the first
actually
ever like mental health live
What if
stream.
Zodiac was just a literary invention? What if he led the police and everyone else to attribute a series of unrelated crimes to one fictional character? What if everyone just badly wanted to believe in a bone-chilling serial killer narrative? Several professionals and linguistic experts have questioned Horan's theory. In the end, we'll probably never know. Decades
never got
pass
caught.
with investigators more or less in the dark. Each year, more and more retire. The case of the Zodiac killer eventually ends up buried under stacks of other cold and unsolved cases. But somehow it refuses to go away entirely. The evidence collected in Vallejo is re-examined time and again. Investigators and amateur sleuths remain convinced that someday they'll be able to reveal Zodiac's identity. Some even believe they already know it. In 2021, a group of around 40 amateur detectives claims to have identified the real Zodiac killer. The self-proclaimed case breakers say Zodiac is a former member of the U.S. Air Force. But the police department quickly dismisses leads like this as no more than theories without hard evidence. But alleged breakthroughs keep resurfacing. As it happened, the story dominated newspapers' front pages. Radio broadcasts and television reports beamed the name Zodiac and his horrible crimes into living rooms across the nation. Today, it's series, podcasts, movies, online forums, and videos like this one. Apparently, the Zodiac killer still captivates the public and the media, even today. Even when no one has heard from him in almost half a century. Officially. Just recently, a TikTok video went viral because the young man in it claimed the Zodiac killer was his grandfather.
San Francisco was terrorized in the late 60s and early 70s by a man who called
That's
himself
crazy.
the Zodiac Killer. He claimed 37 murders. Police confirmed at least 6. 4 years ago, the killing stopped, and so did Zodiac's letter. Now there's another letter.
Experts are divided on whether this letter was truly composed by the Zodiac killer, or if it's just a really good imitation. The news of his supposed return spreads like wildfire. It'll be the last.
I mean, of course, there's gonna be
message
people.
to make major headlines. The San Francisco Chronicle's front page headline reads, "Zodiac ends silence." In the letter itself, Zodiac, or a copycat, brags about always having been one step ahead of the police. He might not be entirely wrong. But in many ways, the Zodiac won't go down in history as particularly smart. Today, many experts think he was just a pathetic, deeply lonely man, a misogynist incapable of forming real consensual intimacy, a failure who vastly overestimated himself. He claimed to be responsible for more than 35 murders. Authorities attribute at least 5 homicides to him. He probably wouldn't have approved of these kinds of assessments, though he probably would have liked one thing, the fact that Hollywood made a movie about him. Just what he seemed to wish for in his final letter.
That's crazy, man. Great video, Fern. Amazing vid. Jeez. No, not Reese. Looks like my headphones are trying to pick up a signal. Okay, okay. Let me test that. 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 Okay, okay. So, let me prepare because I've never done anything like this live. Oh man. Okay, I swear I'm gonna do this. Then we're gonna get into because we're in the last stream, the 2 vids got messed up. So we're in the last, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. But it's the last section of the don't play this. We have one more chapter to play. And we're gonna hope everything goes well. We have one more chapter to play to be scared. And then we're moving on to Psalms after that. We're gonna get, you know, into more scarier stuff. But let's do this. I've yet to do this yet. Kind of nervous. Why am I nervous? Freak it, bro. I actually want to record this as well. Let's let me set this up real quick. So I think we're gonna talk about first of all, this is the first live mental health weekend vid. First one. And I am nervous. I'm excited to talk about it because I don't do these live. But I'm gonna get used to this because I might end up doing this more. So freak it, let's do it. So I think I'm either going into the wealth, not wealth, what am I talking about? Actually, did I put some of this in my chat? Okay. I might should I do the religion versus relationship first, or should I do the women thing first? I'm gonna get to both today, but I might do the women thing first, and then I'll get into the relationship women because I think the women vid will be faster. It's just this is a problem I've been noticing. It's like we don't need to be doing that. Okay, freak it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let's start. Let's hope nothing's choppy. Everything's great. Okay. I think everything's good. Okay, so this is the first live mental health weekend vid, whatever, right? Because this will be uploaded this Saturday, I think so. So first we're gonna talk about, hold on. Okay, we're gonna talk about women's self-worth, right? You know, like I do these mental health weekend videos, I usually talk about my personal situation, then I go into how we can, as a society, do better, and just any notes I could just tips I could pick up from your wall. But the fact that we're talking about women, I don't have a personal experience. I mean, I guess I could, like, my perspective as seeing as being in a situation. But yeah, I guess I can do that. We could talk about that. Actually, this can apply to men as well, but we're targeting women. I made this for women, you know. Men, you can apply these things, but I just, like, you know, some of my ladies, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, this video is women self-worth. Is so important. It's so important. And the reason I'm talking about this because I've noticed like a lot of crazy things, especially when I was in school and just growing up and just having like certain family members around me. The things the things they would go to just to have the validation of a man is just insane. And I feel like this isn't talked about enough, especially from like a man's perspective. This isn't talked about enough because I feel like a lot of men like to explore this because you could see like if a woman's vulnerable and whatever, and you know like how I guess down bad she is for you and she doesn't know her self-worth, men will just like take a full-on advantage of this and like have women going through the mud, like doing everything for them, while they're just like pieces of crap, man. Piece of crap, but they know like the mental state of the woman, so like they'll just keep taking advantage of her. And it's something I really just want to talk about because there's a lot of things I noticed, like especially like even in like family or whatever. A lot of women seek the validation of men. They don't fully love themselves, so they're trying to find that love within the guy. And it's like it's kind of just like it's getting real bad. It's getting real bad, bro, because this will lead to like just it leads you just accepting anything. And honestly, if you find the wrong guy, because you could find honestly, you can find the right guy who will just teach you to love yourself. Honestly, I'll say this: you don't even need a guy. First of all, let's get that straight. You don't need a guy. Let's get that out the window. But you could meet a nice guy who could teach you your self-worth and everything. But a lot of cases I've been exposed to where it hasn't been really nice guys. But it's like, how can you can't really expect like a dude to like love you or show you your self-worth if you don't even love yourself or know your own self-worth. So, you know, it kind of counteracts with each other. But anyways, still, I don't think dudes should be taking advantage of women, especially in this mental state. But I've been noticing it like it leads people to like being with a new dude every other day, racking up bodies, multiple sexual encounters because they just low key trying to find someone to love them. I just want to. This is gonna be a shorter mental health weekend video, but I do want to say, bro, like honestly, I know everyone wants love and everything, but you're just not ready for that situation right now. Or hopefully, I hope that you do find if you do want to be in a situation like that, I hope that the guy you do find is like he treats you nice and like he teaches you to love yourself. A lot of this stems from the home as well. Like I think like fathers play a big. If you have such a like a great role model or especially like a male role model in the household, and he teaches you how men should treat you, and you know what I'm saying, they should respect you and love you. Yo, I know it doesn't work out that way all the time, but you know, I think a lot of fathers are absent from like, you know, from households, and that does messes up the mental, because I think just as a guy needs his father, a girl does as well. And if you have a mom who really doesn't care and she's low-key doing the same thing, you know, generational curses, she's doing the same thing, chasing after a guy, you're going to eventually do the same thing. I'm not saying it's 100% true that you will do that, but it's likely that you will do that. Because first of all, you don't have your mom in the house. Well, your mom not really worried about you. She's in a dude's face. And then you like, don't even have your pops. I've seen so many situations, even from men having moms who like just like chase dudes all the time. I've seen so many situations where they've done like some crazy stuff, not receiving that love at home, or not even like when you're not even paying attention to your kid, or like teaching them important things about the world. They're gonna find that on their own. Like, yes, that's true. You should find out things on your own, but there's certain things you should talk to them about, because they're gonna end up doing some messed up stuff, which I have seen happen personally around me from things like that. And it's literally is terrible. But I don't want to say though, women, find your self-worth. By like find out what you love, find out your hobbies and all that. And once you like are happy with yourself and you know what you won't tolerate, what you will and won't tolerate, it's like you won't even need that validation from a guy anymore. Like it's just like if he's acting this, if he's being toxic or acting a certain way, boom, he going out the window. How about I say out the window? I mean, he gone, bye, out your face. Because you already know your self-worth. You know what you want, you know what you will tolerate and will not tolerate. And that's like, I want to see more of that, bro. Because there's too many women out here who are just like willing to accept anything because they want a guy. They think a guy is going to solve all their problems. No, because if it's the wrong guy, it's going to be way worse. He's going to take advantage of you. And then eventually it's going to get to a point where you just pop, you explode. And it's like, you allowed this to happen for so long. And it's like now you're mad at him. I mean, regardless, yes, he is messed up for things he's doing because you know better. But it's like you allowed it though. I just want to see you all in a better mental place where like like I won't tolerate that type of stuff. That's something I will absolutely not go for. I've seen people throw away their whole futures and everything just crumble to the ground because of a guy. It's like, come on. We gotta lock in. We gotta lock in. We gotta lock in. This world is bigger than that. There's so much going on. There's so much to do in the world. You don't need, you don't need a male's validation for anything. Especially when you know what I'm saying. Only thing that really matters is your opinion for real. The only thing that really matters. How you feel about yourself, that's really what matters. How someone else feels about you, it does not matter. How you feel about yourself matters. I mean, unless you're just a crappy person and people are telling you something, yeah, it kind of do matter in that way. But if as far as like if it takes someone to a guy, especially a guy, to act a certain way for you to like yourself, I would say, or something he has to say, then no, it doesn't matter. Because it's about you at the end of the day. How you feel about yourself. That's what matters. That's very important. I don't think I just want more women to find their self-worth. I don't know. Because it leaves you doing crazy stuff, man. Like, okay, I'll say this. I've been in school with like women who are just like all up in a dude's face, bro. And there's just one girl, I won't name drop, but she went as far as like getting like face tats for this dude, make him happy, dropping out of school, going to jail, all type of stuff like that for this dude, bro. Giving the dude your all, your last, everything. It's too much. It's too much, bro. Like, and then also what made me want to talk about this topic is that I was at work and I realized like there's multiple situations where women have quit the job because they're like, yeah, I just left, moved away from the job. They're like, what happened? Why you just come back to the job randomly? Like, no explanation that you just left. We thought you just quit. Oh, I just met a guy and I freaking left the state. Now I'm back because it didn't work out. Like that type of stuff. It's like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? You don't just like throw your whole life away, get up and just move your whole life without telling anybody because of a dude, bro. No, bro. It's just like, if you think you're sad and you don't love yourself, bro, getting in a situation, try to make someone love you, it isn't gonna make it better. Not only like, let's say this is a situation where the guy isn't toxic, right? Where he just isn't. You're putting so much on him. Because not only does he have to figure out life for himself and find out ways to like, who knows what he's going through, and find out ways to make himself happy, he has to also do that for you. Like he has to track down his own sanity, but also make sure you're good. And that's a lot. And that's like having a child at that point. So it's a lot. If someone who has personally, I can speak from personal experience, who has personally been there, it is a lot. It's draining. It's very draining. Someone who has been there twice, it's like it's a lot. It's freaking draining. Trying to get someone to like themselves, and it's too much. It's too much. While trying to keep up your own life, it's way too much. It's exhausting. Don't do that. For your own sanity and your partner's sanity, come on. Just take it. Just take that time, man. Just take that time to yourself. Get to know yourself. Go out into the world. Meet a bunch of people. Meet new people, man. Learn yourself, because you don't know who you are. What makes you happy? Take that trip. You gotta take that trip. You gotta travel. Go ahead, take that trip. Take that trip. Go to Bahamas, Miami. No, just kidding. You stop playing. But yeah, take that trip. Do your thing. Do your thing. Whatever gets you to, as long as it isn't hurting people, and isn't just like morally wrong, go do you. Or like sinful, clearly go do you. Go do what makes you you. But don't try to have a guy or someone hold all your feelings and emotions. Or like, what I'm saying? Be the reason. Don't let a guy be the reason for your happiness. I'll say that. Yes. because it puts a lot of stress and pressure on them. Because the second they do something that you probably don't like, that they're not knowing they're doing, it's just like you get irritated, you get mad, you start exploding on them, and it's like I shouldn't be responsible for holding your happiness. You know, I shouldn't be responsible for your happiness. It's way too much on them. It's not only if I'm responsible for my own happiness, I'm responsible for yours as well. A whole human. No, it's too much. But yes, that was it for this mental health weekend video. Women's self-worth. I know it's a little shorter than my other ones, but I'm doing this live for the first time ever, so I'm glad that like we have a video talk about women. It's my first ever live mental health weekend video, so that is amazing. But I got this, beautiful creatures. All right, all of y'all, just lock in, spend that time to yourself. Just love yourself, man. Love yourself. That's all. Don't let a guy destroy that for you, because you'll spend trying to get a dude to love you and you don't love yourself, right? Especially a terrible guy. You'll waste like years with a person when you could have just been spending that time healing, breaking those generational curses and just healing from those things. But yeah, that's it. Make sure to spread the love, keep going. And that has been it for this one. Peace out. On that one. Actually, that sounds like a video. Okay. But yeah, that's the first mental health video. I did want to talk about that. That's been on my noggin heavy. And here's another one who's like, which is way more serious that I want to talk about. Anyways. Because we're here. Okay, we want to do it again. All right. Second mental health weekend video live. We just got done talking about the women's self-worth. Now we're going on to this one, right? Religion versus relationship. Boom. This is one I was supposed to talk about a while ago, but I never did. And we're going to talk about it right now, actually. So, okay, for the people who don't understand, I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. Yes, I am a Christian. But does that mean I am religious? Or do I focus on religion? No, I do not. I brought this up to someone and they were just so confused, like their brains are exploding. Like they didn't even want to talk about it anymore. They just really they couldn't fathom me believing in God and not being religious. It's just like, it was just like, I don't even know. It was just too much for them to handle. Like they were just their noggin started overloading. You know, the circumference of their membrane couldn't take anymore, and it just expanded beyond comprehension. But so what that means for me is, okay, let's do this relationship. It allows me to be able to stumble and fall and pick myself up, pick up my cross and keep going, and not be ashamed of anything. Like I could make mistakes and I could sin or whatever, but I know like in the day I can go back to God. And I'm not just saying just keep purposely doing stuff to run back to God. No, and it's like seriously just mistakes and stuff, and I can run back to Him, and it gives me that insurance. Like I don't have to feel any type of guilt, and I can accept people. Like I can accept anyone. I mean, I'm not gonna accept your sins and stuff like that, but I can accept human beings, their appearance and who they are. You know, like anyone's allowed to come to Christ. Doesn't matter if you're like gender or sexuality or whatever the case may be. I focus on relationship. My relationship with God. Not anyone else's. Not any building or church or whatever. I'm not saying I don't go to church or anything, but it's like I focus on that thing. I focus on those things. I can go to church lead dressed like this, and as long as I'm coming there for the right reasons, and God knows, it's fine. So here's where we get into religion and how they're different. A lot of people don't understand that. Relationship gives me freedom to really explore and get to know God without the judgment of others. Religion, a lot of time, I'm not saying this is every religion, because every religion isn't like this, but a lot of religions and people, a reason why a lot of people don't want to follow God and they don't understand, like, I think Christians are like so hateful and everything. Here's why. Some religions can get very cultish, where it's like a clan and all that, and they don't accept you. Things that religion tells you that Religion tells some, and I'm saying this is some religion tells me that I can't go to a church and wear these type of clothing and I won't be accepted there. Religion tells me that a woman could never be a pastor. Religion says that gay people can never go to church and they should never even walk up in a building. Religion tells me that like if I do mess up or if I am a certain way, I'm burning in hell. And there's no like, and it's just like just straightforward like that, you know. It's sometimes religion tells me that religion says like it's not. They don't share a lot of love that like Jesus showed. Sometimes religion, sometimes when it gets when it's very religious, a lot of people think like in order for me to get into heaven, I have to go through a pastor. No. That's where I draw the line at, because it says nothing of the sort in the Bible. No, in the Bible it says nothing of the sort, and this is why I follow a relationship. I have a relationship with them instead of checking out worrying about a religion. Religion is like I have to keep up an image for a bunch of humans who can't even secure my afterlife. So no, I'm putting all this whatever into humans. First, I think is a strong one when it comes to religion versus relationship. Here's a strong one. I think is the LGBTQ community, right? I'm at a great church now who accepts anyone, and what I mean by that, not like we accept any sin. Like you could do whatever. The pastor's like gay and all this other thing. No, that's not what I mean. Because I know there are churches like that. No. That's kind of like playing in God's face a bit. No, what I mean by like, you can be gay and come to my church. Yeah. And judgment free, I don't, because this is what I don't understand as well. There are a lot of churches that, they say the LGBTQ or whatever gay people, they need God, which is, just true for anyone, by the way. I say anyone should try to build a relationship with God. Or it's just, I'll say this. I will want anyone to experience the salvation of God, Jesus, and all that, the glory of God. I would want anyone to experience those type of things because this is amazing. But religion, a lot of times religion, they say that like they need God, but they won't accept them in the church, which it's just so, it just contradicts itself, and it's terrible, it contradicts itself so hard, and it just makes no sense. I think if you want gay people to be saved, then you would want them in the church, not out of the church. But yeah. Anyways, that's why I go to my church now. My church understands that they're. I honestly say I go to like an amazing church, and honestly, there is gonna be people, because we're all sinners, and we're all like, we're all trying to get help in some way. So there are gonna be people who like really shady or do stuff at like churches, but like as long as the pastor isn't doing that, and like the main ministry, they're not like acting a fool, bro, it's fine. It's literally a spiritual hospital for the sick. And everyone's just trying to get healed. Everyone's trying to get saved. Everyone's trying to, some guidance through life. So yeah, I think, as far as like accepting people in that way, like thieves, liars, killers, everything, everyone can be forgiven. Blasphemy kind of, he speaks about blasphemy. But yeah, everyone can be forgiven. That's why I go to God about that and talk to God about it instead of going to like some random person who's gonna tell me like, oh, whoa, you stole last week? Yeah, I stole last week. You're going to hell. Oh, bro, chill out. What are you doing? chill, bro. Don't just tell me that. Now I'm already know. I'm feeling like I'm condemned to hell now. You think I'm going to stop stealing? No, bro. I know where I'm going. No, but for real though, it's like, no, you gotta like, it's like, I feel like religion sometimes is too harsh on people. I feel like you gotta be kind of chill. You gotta be chill. Religion, sometimes it gets way too harsh on people. You gotta chill out and let people just find out God on their own. You know, introduce it to them or tell them about it. Like, it's cool, but like, don't be pushing you. You know what I'm saying? God tells us to talk. The Bible tells us to talk to people about it, spread the gospel, but it don't tell us to like force it and throw it down their throat, bro. Like, chill out. Like, chill. Because that's how you like get people to like hate stuff. It's cool, bro. I'm friends with like all the type of people. People who don't even like, people who have different beliefs and people who like don't even like, who believe in God, but like just don't really like God, you know? All type of stuff like that. It's cool, bro. All you can do for real is like pray for those type of people. It's fine. Don't just throw it on their throat. Don't be judging everybody. It's like you make you want to hate it, church a little bit. Because I've been in a situation like that where I was in a church and then they were just spamming hell, going to hell, this and that. And it's like, I kind of really don't like church, you know? I think I'm a Miles Morales and I'm going to do my own thing. But no, like, you got to chill out. You got to chill. You got to chill. If someone asks you about it, come up to you, yeah, sure. Great. Talk to them about it. But yeah, just, you know, lead by example as well. Like, if you're like doing great things in life and they come to ask you, how is this happening? It's like, bro, it's God, bro. I've been letting God lead me, man. And whoa, God been leading you, and this has been going on. This how your life just got shot up to 10. Yeah, bro. You gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill out. And if I can't go to the church, I mean, obviously I won't wear a bonnet to church, but if I can't go to church with my hoodie on like this and some pants and they saying something to me, bro, like I really don't want to be there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Really don't want to be there. Like, who are you to tell me what to wear to church? Respectfully. I mean, as long as I'm not wearing any revealing or like disrespectful clothing, just like, you know, just appropriate anyways, you know. I feel like you shouldn't be wearing those type of things anywhere for real. If I'm going to a nice dinner, I wouldn't wear nothing like that. So it's like, well, I'm more to church. But it's like sometimes I just want to chill in church, bro. Got the hoodie on. I mean, I'm gonna take the hood off, but like, you know what I'm saying? Chill out. Get off my body. Why you on my body, yo? No, but seriously, man. Learning more about God has been very fascinating. It's been amazing. It's been a great adventure for me. And it's helped me a lot. I'm here today because of it. So I've been in a lot of crazy situations. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of crazy situations. And I'm here. Man. I think learning about the spiritual gifts is just so interesting as well. When like things happen to you, we just pass it off as, oh, that was just kind of crazy. Or I just had a dream. No, bro. That was crazy, bro. It's like sometimes to like dream about something and like it happens the next day and like stuff like that happens. It's like, yo, no, we gotta find answers for this. I can't just pass this off like, oh, this is just a dream. Yo, I'm having visions in the shower, bro. Like, no, I can't just pass this off as a dream. Like, the Bible talks about all these type of things and you can get your answers in there and it's like, oh, that's really amazing. I think one of the greatest things is going through a situation and praying about it and then going to church, bro. And the pastor just revealing everything. It's like, yo, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? Was you in my shower with a camera recorder, bro? Nah, but for real though, stuff like that is just like amazing. It really gets you thinking like, yo, God is real. God is real. It is real. And then once you realize that like God is real and Jesus died for us, bro, it's like it gets you kind of scared though. It gets you scared because he gives you a discernment and then he allows you to see certain things and hear certain things. Like, you know that he's real. And like, you see people messing around, like jokes like, oh, freak God, F God, this and that, man. And it's like, oh man, who is that, bro? Oh man, it's a clown in the sky. Oh, y'all still believing in fairy tales? And it's like, that's kind of scary because it's like, dang. Because when you start reading about the end times, you're like, dang, once you experience God, like, yo, God's real. But then people doing stuff like that, it's like, yo, that's scary. It's scary to be playing like that. But they won't understand though. I mean, hopefully they do one day, but you know, before it's too late, obviously. Yo. Yo, it's kind of crazy. Like me personally, I think I talked about it. I talked about it. I have a pin video in my first my real testimony video. I can check that out. My testimony video, you can check it out. I talk about my first experience, I guess, with God. How like, you know, I was going through like crazy situations, and then like kind of went first time going to church, and the pastor prayed for me, and then like she like started telling me a bunch of stuff that like I've never told anybody. And it's just like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah, that's when I realized like, yo, this is a real deal. This is some serious stuff. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of like, yeah, that's why I'm always religion. I mean, relationship over religion. And I say this right now because not all religion is bad. Like Catholic and you know all the other stuff. Apostolic be tripping sometimes, but I mean, it may be some good apostolics out there. But yeah, it's not all bad. Like if you're following the code of what God said or how He wanted us to live and what He told us to do, if you're following that and how He told us to love, and how He taught us about forgiveness, fine. But once you start making up your own man-made rules and all this other stuff, how you should dress, women can't do this, women can't do that. You should be able to like abuse. This one dude was crazy. You should be able to sexually abuse your wife. Yo, this pastor, whatever he was preaching at, was insane. Something about, oh, God said you belong. She belongs to you. Yes. Okay. Yes, that was said, right? About your wife belongs to you, but you belong to your wife as well. That was said. And treating her with respect and all that, bro. Being able to assault your wife is not it at all. When I heard that, I was like, yo, this is the goddamn Antichrist, bro. This is something insane to even be saying stuff like that. And it's like, I hate that when pastors preach that. And that's where I disagree. And I have this strong disagreement with religion because they do stuff like this and it gets cultish and you have people believing this type of stuff like this is true. Because a lot of people, sometimes they'll just listen to the pastor and all that. They won't even go back and read the whole Bible for themselves or understand certain things because people take it out of context so much. So it's like, it's good to just read by yourself. And that's what relationship has taught me, to go and take those breaks and just learn it and read by yourself. You can't listen to everything someone tells you. You can't be doing that, bro, because we have pastors with little sick minds like this, bro. And we got pastors touching kids and doing weird stuff. And this is not every pastor. Trust. And it's not every religion. But I'm saying, I know there's bad and everything. There's sick people everywhere. But I'm just saying, bro, it's just like, you gotta just be on the lookout, you know? Just be cautious of everything. Doesn't matter. Rather it's God or if it's just like the world, or just be cautious. Because it gets crazy, man. That's why like I kind of like it's I feel like I'm taking my time with this. I'm not rushed to do anything. I just learn about God on my own time. And I still go to church because I go to have a great church who's like has the same mindset as me, which is kind of hard to find churches like that, but like for the most part, I agree with the morals of my church. So they align with mine. For the most part, yeah. I'm not gonna say churches are perfect, everything's perfect. No. But for the most part, I would rather, join this church than anywhere else for the in-person experience, definitely for the community. And like fellowship and all that. So definitely, yeah, I've always choose relationship over religion. I feel like religion keeps me bounded and makes me kind of hateful and whatever. Not all religion, but that's just how I feel about religion. So yep, I focus on relationship. Very important to me. Relationships are very important. That's how my whole life moral code. And there's so many people who will argue with you about the Bible. It's not my job to go back and forth with you, honestly. Just read it. A lot of people just take the Bible out of context all the time just to argue about the Bible. No, God had no right killing all those people, bro. Bro, did you even read the whole thing? People were like murderers and like rapists and all this. What are we doing? People take one thing from the Bible and start tweaking out. No, I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Okay? I don't agree with the stuff you do. You still do it, and we cool. Calm down. Chill out. Don't argue with me about this. I'm not about to go back and forth with you about it. Chill out. Want to know who actually want to talk to me? And yeah, we can talk about certain things, but I won't argue with you about it. Calm down, little bro. But yes, that has been relationship versus religion. And this is why I always choose relationship over religion. Me personally. I'm not saying all religion is bad. Relationship just, it's a personal thing. It's a more personal, more intimate thing. So it helps me find myself within Christ instead of like basing my morals from a man or woman who's trying to teach me about Christ in the best way they know how. And then sometimes that can be interpreted wrong, you know, or they can have their own agenda behind it. So I'm basing my morals off how they feel about the Bible, rather than me have my own relationship with God. And if there is a problem or there is something I'm confused about, God will give me the answers. So that's why I'm relationship driven over religion. And I know people been church. Yeah, church. Yeah, I've been through it as well, bro. So this is not an excuse, bro. I'm sorry, it's just not an excuse. I've been church hurt. I can't. Chill out. Come on. You've been hurt by that dude 80 times, but you keep going back to him. So it's like, what are we doing? Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's calm down. Let's come on. Seriously though, let's calm down. Yeah. People always want to like put these stipulations on the Bible and God and churches and God, but let people out in the world do them the dirtiest. Still go back to them. Anyways, that has been Mental Health Weekend. I've been looking this way the whole time. I mean to look at y'all. I'm sorry. Look at this other monitor, but I mean to look at y'all. But that's been Mental Health Weekend. This is the first time I've ever done it live, so I keep looking at this monitor. But yeah, that was exciting. I want to do more of these lives, especially like the financial courses and whatnot I be doing, and yeah, and just talking about whatever. Just my noggin. I have 1,000 things going on in my head like throughout the day. So, yeah, I'll catch you on the next Mental Health Weekend. This will be uploaded this weekend. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video when it comes out. But I got a stream to continue, and that's what we're gonna do. All right. Okay. Let's get into the what I promised. You know, okay. Let's do it. We're getting into the horror. Let me just set some stuff up real quick. Shimmy yeah. Right.
This is my perfect victory! That's right! I win!
Okay. My bad, y'all. Everything's good. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts. I probably need to play it. Kingdom Hearts. We're on. I can't believe this, but go back. We're on to the last chapter of this. Should I move the camera up a bit? I don't know. I'll keep it up. Keep the camera here. That's fine. Actually, really didn't move anything. I'm LARPing the camera movement. Let me stop. Move camera. Okay. We're gonna keep it right here. Anyways. Don't play this. Okay, let's hope everything goes well. Don't play this. We're on to the we're literally on the last vid because we played those two vids. You played this one, and we're on video 4, and video 5 was the first vid we ever did. Sucks because video 3 was really good and video 2 was nice, but the corrupt footage from the live stream, because I didn't upload my GeForce and all that since like, I don't know, freaking July. Now we're here. So I'm feeling this might be really scary. We're gonna hop right into it. It's the last one. So great, guys, this is the last one. Man, do I roll up the green screen for this one though? So we can be, let's roll up, you know what? I'm gonna roll up the green screen for this one. I mean, we'll understand this is the 500 sub special and be fine. I mean, I hope it's fine. Oh, actually, that looks way better back there like that. I could have been lined up the 500 like back, buddy. Yo, I could have been lined up the 500 like that. Yo, okay. We're here. Okay, we're here. Green screen's up. We're gonna get right to the final video. This is the final don't play this vid. I'm hyped. Let's hope nothing goes wrong. I'm under a bed. Oh, look like he's gone. We can get out now. Somebody else with me? Oh, I'm in a prison. Oh, this is about to get scary. Oh, I can take the lamp all the way with me. Look, I can pick that up. All I do is be dressed all properly. I did find something. The thing's so scary about this, I don't even know what monster it is. Like, I don't even have the slightest idea. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. I'm shaking. I mean, not shaking, but like, I got mad goosebumps. That's creative. What's going on? What did happen? What? It took me out the. Yo, that's sick. I thought it was tweaking again. I was like, no, please. Wait, what? Oh, snap. It's not over. No. I might have a dream about it. I watch this. Ryan sent it to me. I could have not opened it, but I did. You know, I feel better. I watched someone else's horror and felt my own slipping away. It's not happening to me. This is how real be. It's happening to them on the screen. With me, everything's fine. I'll just say that's how it works. We watch scary things to work through our own fears. We watch someone else's pain and find comfort in the thought that we're safe. That's why I watch the videos. Not for the sake of fear, but for the peace that comes after it. And this is why Rail watches me play horror videos, bro. I truly believe this is why he does it. He could never do it, but he likes seeing me go through stuff. That was everything. Did I get the same like dialogue and everything? Okay, that's it. Okay, that has been don't play this. I've literally played all of them already. This is a great game. Shout out to the developers. That was nice. That was so short though. Those were so nice, but I'm so upset that the recordings messed up because I wanted to upload those as VOD so bad. Those were some of the best gameplays I've had so far in this game. But the VODs, they were just really bad. They just started skipping around too much, and I was like, oh, I can't even play. But that was I haven't played Black Ops 6 in so long. But that was some really nice stuff. I'm not gonna lie. That's been great. That's been great. Definitely catch you on the next horror video. Can't wait. Hold on, that was amazing. Yeah. For the YouTube, you know, for the stream, I'll keep going for the people watching the VOD, the YouTube video later, shorts, whatever. Peace. Up. For Psalms is next on the list. I did wait. Oh, it's on sale too. Psalms actually freaky. Oh, that's what it's so. Oh, that's what it's so similar. I thought so, right? Okay, that's where they're similar and scary. This is the same people who. Oh man, these are the same people who made Don't Play This. They made Psalms, and they have Psalms in VR. Yeah, I'll probably crap myself. I'm not gonna lie. Psalms in VR, you got it, big bro. Psalms is next on the list. We're gonna finish Psalms because I don't know about one. We're probably not gonna do one. I don't think we have to do one. I think I can move straight to Psalms 2. It's actually really, really, really scary. I think I can do something. One second. Let me try something real quick. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna keep that on there. Actually, I'm not even gonna try to do that. Okay, so we got Psalms. Boom. You know, I haven't played a while that did like pretty, did pretty well. Oh, my hour and a half is over. I usually stream for like an hour and a half and I ended. Sometimes it's like 8 o'clock and it's getting late. Time for me to read. It's getting time for me to read. These streams will be. Let's see something real quick. Let's see. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. What's next? I don't want to play Mr. White Reborn. Like I thought about it, but this is like Mr. White Reborn looks too, man. But if I play this, I might as well play Mr. White Reborn. This is like Mr. White Reborn is like too much. Okay, we got a lot of good horror games coming up soon. Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot coming up. We might play Forborn soon. There is actually Oasis. I think it was Oasis. He wanted me to play his game. Which I will. I am. It's in the works. Man, there's so many games. I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna go crazy this week. Really next week with the horror games. I think I'm gonna record so many videos next week. Actually, I could probably go live this weekend, and we can I'll probably go live this weekend, and I could just have like a whole like horror game session for like hours. That's what I'm thinking. I could just do that. But I'm gonna just end this right now. I do gotta like, go do my few push-ups, settle down. The week been long, so I do appreciate every last one of you all for subbing. Appreciate all the finest subs. It's been amazing. Y'all have clearly rocked with some of my content, so appreciate it. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. You guys are literally amazing. And we're gonna just, yeah. Peace out. I'll rock with you all heavy. And I'm gonna just continue. Make sure I kind of mixed up the days. I was uploading every day, but I'm gonna keep the upload to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. Because I want to start streaming Tuesday and Thursday. Because if I do those days, it gives me like a little rest period to like release content, and then I can start releasing better content for you all. Better quality content. I have more time to edit than uploading every day, because sometimes I would literally record the same day and upload the same day, and while working full time and doing stuff. So that was just like, yeah, that was just like cuts and like just me being able to hold you all's attention how I do. But yeah, yes. Peace out. Love you all. Hope you all have a great night. I'll see you all tomorrow. I will probably stream this weekend, or if I'm feeling it, actually I think I'm streaming tomorrow. I think we're gonna finish up Batman tomorrow, and I'll not finish up Batman. We're gonna play some more Batman, and I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Yes, we're gonna do that. So if everything goes as planned, we're doing that tomorrow. Peace out. Love you all. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you're at. I've been having a lot of people on here from like Egypt and UK and different places. But yeah, good night. Peace.